Okay. Do I have audio? Let's see. Ooh. Okay, cool. All right. Sorry about that. Hi, Stara. Yeah, I'm trying a new mic, so hopefully the audio is good. I tried going live 5 minutes ago, but I was muted for some reason with the new mic, so yeah, I pretty much just restarted. And yeah, cool. I'm glad it sounds clear. Also, it turned out I was like installing something at the same time as streaming, so I think that was also affecting the camera quality, the connection. But yeah, eventually my setup is going to look very different. I have different lights, and then I have this like moon salt lamp. Yeah. But the wire is broken, so when it's like bent a certain way, it turns off. But yeah, with double tasking. Yeah, it makes sense. You have to have access to a very steady uh, and wide internet connection in order to be able to like do all sorts of things like download stuff while streaming, while playing like 5 different video games that are all running, things like that. If we weren't limited to like the amount that internet providers provide us with, we would be more able to do all that other stuff. Ooh, I'm not quite sure. Like, I actually have no idea. I feel like maybe it just sort of depends on like how it was made, I guess. Like, we got this at a store, so we didn't like, I don't have like all the research about this particular salt rock lamp. But I have heard stuff like that. The like rock salt is really good for the air. My blog update. I'm feeling all right. I'm nervous. Oh yeah, and I wasn't doing the introduction this time because I did it when I first went live, but the microphone wasn't working, so everything was muted. But anyways, yeah, the whole intro was just letting everyone know that I am doing free readings right now, but that of course donations take priority. Yeah. And that I spent most of the day kind of just chilling out, but I started to get things ready and I like cleared a bit more space. So yeah, that brings me here where I have some amount of time to do readings. So if anyone wants tarot readings, I'm happy to give you one. Yeah. But yeah, I am feeling like excited, nervous. Yeah. Yeah. I'm also wondering if this microphone is better than the previous microphone I was using, so we'll see. Wow. I need more water. Hi, Sarithi. I'm good. Yes. I remember meeting you recently uh, in one of my live streams. I don't think I ended up getting to do a reading for you. You were so kind. I'm pretty sure that you're the person who subscribed, wanted a reading, and I was open to doing a reading, but I think a lot was going on. I don't really remember, but I think you were like, it's okay. Like, we'll do a reading next time. So yeah, I'm good. I feel like we should do your reading first, Sarithi. Yeah. And here I am. I'm hungry again. That's actually why I'm here doing readings. Food is being ready, but our food is dessert. So yeah. Yeah. I also want something to like I want a new camera or like webcam. We're kind of like so pretty much to describe it. So I draw inspiration from like I guess a number of Vietnamese desserts. Uh, but I guess there's like a lot of desserts in general, like found like of this type, like. But anyways, the dessert is pretty much so we're cooking tapioca pearls, and then after they're cooked, we are gonna pour coconut milk in there, and then we're gonna put sugar. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And then it'll be kind of like I don't know. It's like part of several different desserts. I feel too embarrassed and shy to try pronouncing some of the Vietnamese desserts that it's like kind of an ingredient to or like a stage to different desserts. But we're pretty much not really, we don't have things to make it into a full complete dish. So we're pretty much just going to eat that. But we have coconut whipped cream or something uh, that we made. And then we're going to put that as like a layer on top of it, hopefully. And then the tapioca, coconut tapioca, will be like hot slash warm. And then the coconut whipped cream will be like nice and cool. Yeah. And it's not like whipped cream, like how it's like cloud and like fluffy, like whipped cream where it's like and you can like make like a spiral. Uh yeah, honestly, I love cooking too. Um it's not like that whipped cream. It's just kind of like I don't know. I guess it'd be more like Cool Whip or something, just from how it turned out. But I know we've made it before, and it's turned out like with like whipped cream. But yeah, it's definitely tasty. It's not as fancy as it sounds, but yeah, it is really good. Green tea ice cream is so good. Green tea mochi ice cream as well. Very good. I think, well, I guess then I think that sounds fancy too. Yeah. Yes. Go for it. Let's get started on the readings, everybody. So, I actually do have a time restraint again. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and get into readings. If my person and I will reconnect. So, let's see what comes up when asking that. Tarot. Eight of Pentacles. Okay. I guess my question is how much work, like how much of a foundation was built between the two of you? Ah, thank you, Stara. The King of Cups. Hi, Steph. The Emperor. Did you watch episode 11? Anyways, think a lot of foundation, but he's checked out, it feels. Five of Wands. Yeah, I think there is conflict, obviously, for some reason. I feel like it's on your person's end. He's checked out. Okay. The Death card. Yeah, something like painful happened. Like, I feel like things ended very suddenly. The Page of Swords. And the Four of Cups. But you didn't really do anything. I think, like, I think your person, he got in his own head and it was too intense. Like, connection is very strong, which, in my opinion, is a good thing. I think strong connections, one's, yeah, well, I've learned also that strong connections can be, like, very painful, obviously. But yeah. So we've got the Six of Swords, Dark Matter, Unseen Forces at Work, Karma. I guess your person is going through an identity crisis of sorts. Maybe they wouldn't call it an identity crisis. They might just be really confused. I don't know. Just like, when you kind of are in those phases of life where you're just sort of questioning everything and feeling doubtful. I don't know. I haven't spoken in a while. I'm not sure. You're right. I'm not sure what happened. Yeah. I just think this person felt very stable as a person. They felt like they knew everything. They felt like they understood what, like, life or their plans or who they were. They thought they had everything figured out, that they knew what everything was all about. And then I feel like suddenly, like, they're having conflict because they're now experiencing all these new things. For example, sometimes we have conditioned beliefs like, oh, this is just what my life is like. It's never going to get much better or any better. And it's going to be just like this, like expectations. of what life is to be like. Anyways, I feel like they had a very strong box called like a metaphor of a box of like of conditioning, keeping them trapped in a certain way of life. Wow. Well, I'm glad that sounds like him. Cool. Woo. Um, cause yeah, I don't actually know your person, but like that is what I get. So I'm glad that sounds right, that this is resonating. Cause that's kind of what I'm getting with the cards and with the Five of Wands after like here I'll show you. Like after the King of Cups and the Emperor, there's the Five of Wands. So that's where I'm getting this from. Like that your person felt very much like a leader, like took charge in their life. They knew what they were doing. They knew which way is up. Like they knew kind of like the laws of life, the laws of physics. But this Five of Wands is here. So I think that's why. And I can't know exactly what. I feel like it could have something to do with this connection, but that's like very, like it only could have something to do with this connect. Not necessarily only, but let me restart. There are a lot of times where things don't directly relate to like what you're going through, but that there's some sort of like moral of the or a theme or just some sort of connection that you're able to like a parallel, how we can see parallel situations and things. So like for example, if they met you and like they're just seeing a lot of respect for like each other, like not being talked over, like just like suddenly having a connection where there's actual like some form of mutual respect or just something that they're not used to. That could be like, whoa, And then parallel to that, they might, like be at work or whatever, and everyone they now interact with is not like that. And it's like, whoa, I'm in a world where like connections are not as like fair and good as they can be, like parallel. So I think that is what happened. I feel like more than likely your impact has just been mostly like a positive thing, but it's due to the parallels. It's due to the box called life. Everyone goes through a specific life, obviously. We are all going through different lives. Um, but it's like kind of trippy um, thinking about how the way that everything is set up on this planet, that everyone is going to go through lessons. And a lot of the lessons here are not necessarily good ones. Um, and so, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot that goes behind people being how they are. But yeah, so to answer your question and to conclude this reading, I hope that made sense. But to conclude, basically what I'm getting is that you didn't do anything wrong. You were most likely a positive influence uh, in this person's life. So this has everything to do with whatever's going on with them, not with you. But that sort of crisis of like, who am I? What kind of life do I really want? Like the bigger questions, I do think no matter who you are as of a person, when those questions come knocking at the door and you weren't ready for life to be turned upside down, I think almost everyone deserves that time to like evaluate and be like, What kind of life do I want to be living? And when you're realizing that all of this life stuff, no matter how confident we all feel, is honestly quite scary. I don't know how to even claim that it isn't, just from what I went through in life, let alone what I know lots of other people have gone through, and just how possibilities work. Um, yeah. So, do I fit into the box? Maybe unanswerable. Thank you. Rather, does he even fit into the box? Like, like it could be as big as that. Like, I don't know. I just get like he's very much thinking very deeply and is going through a major transformation, rethinking everything they thought to be true or not true. Yeah. It's kind of like when you go through a big transformation, sometimes everything unravels, the whole box finally becomes undone. And then when that happens, it's like people have no idea where they end up and what they end up doing. This is kind of reminding me of a connection that I feel very strongly about. Pretty much, I felt, yeah, really, really strong connection. However, things didn't work out. A lot of excuses were made on this person's part, where I pretty much thought, like, oh, it's because I did something. Like, I do all these things. But honestly, all the things that I do are extremely sweet. And the only ones who would judge what I do is the world's social cues, social like things. But in terms of like safety, I pretty much didn't cross any boundary in that regard. And anyways, like that person was always surrounded by people, it seemed. There always seemed to be like social media posts one way or another about him. But over the years, like while I haven't heard from him ever since, and I like don't know if I ever will, uh at the same time, like there hasn't, like every once in a while I'll check up. I'll be like, oh, is there any update on social media? Because we, at this point in life, it's a pretty natural thing that humans do now due to having this thing called social media. Anyways, I'll check up every once in a while, and like literally there will be like no updates, which is sort of worrisome because I didn't know him that well. So I'm like, I don't know. You never know what can happen in life. So yeah. But anyways, for the longest time, I thought I was cut out of his world, but maybe in reality, he was cut out of his own world. So that's what I'm getting at. And I personally, even though there's no proof that I have that I will hear from this person someday, hopefully, like, it is going to be entirely up to where they end up on their journey. It seems that none of us actually know where we're going to end up. So I feel like it's unknown and, yeah, unanswerable. But it's not like a definitive no, because it was a real connection. You really like care about one another. And yeah. But where people end up, and if they're going to actually treat you right and prioritize you in this life, due to being in one single form and unable to spend time like doing all different things all at once, we basically end up in very specific connections because there's a lot to focus on in this world. Yeah. Wow. Hi, Hannah. I have a never mind. I was gonna say I have a friend named Hannah. I was like, are you that Hannah? But I don't know. Yeah. I miss that person very much. I had a dream. I also get dreams randomly that like we reconnect and like I don't know. It's always awkward in the dream, but I have dreams of that. But like I don't see it happening in my personal life. It's those dreams like I'll wake up like I won't have any and then like months will go by and then I'll have a dream about him that we reconnected and I'll wake up and I'll be like, that was a dream? Um, I am disappointed. I'm disappointed when I realize it's a dream. Here's a like at least this is how it works for me. If you have a connection and you disconnected from that person or you're something happened, you have a dream about them and they're back in your life and everything. And then you wake up and you're disappointed. To me, that means that's a good connection. Because I have dreams about reconnecting with other people from my past, and I'll wake up and I'll be a little upset and sad in some ways because I'll remember some of the good times. But I'll also be like, "Ugh, glad that was a dream." Like, okay, like, like there's people where I'm like, oh, I'm glad that we didn't actually reconnect. So I wonder if it's you just dreamed of whoa, yesterday? Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know, Hannah, because yeah, on social media, you never know. It's really hard to tell who's who. But yeah, I think dreams are powerful. And this is just theory, of course, but what if we actually get to decide in our next life based off the people and connections and just whatnot that we actually ended up liking? What if we look at the things that we like, look at the things that we don't like, and somehow in the next life, we get to actually choose the things that we like and to have that as like our life and not the things that we don't like? I'm very hopeful that life gets to be like that because yeah, I believe in dreams coming true, and I don't like the way that reality is set up here on this earth. Wow. Yeah, just yeah, dreams are very interesting. I have such vivid dreams, everyone. I'm not gonna go into detail with any of them, but like at least not right now, but wow, I have the most vivid dreams. I had a dream that a friend of mine was officially getting into tarot, and the friend was like, "Hey, do you know this tarot deck?" And it was the first tarot deck that I got, and I was like, "Oh yeah, as like a starter deck, pretty much any deck will do." I think that one was pretty good. You can get creative with the cards, even if there's not too much going on in the card. I think tarot is tricky because, for example, this deck, there's always a lot of imagery, art. There's always a lot going on in each card, but I sometimes I can draw a blank. Whereas with other cards, there could just be like a blank card with the word on it, or like, oh, this is the Ace of Pentacles, and then I'll like be able to draw more from it. So sometimes like simple is like not bad, and sometimes like well detailed can be like confusing still. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people in the spiritual community can relate to dreams being very vivid. I think that's interesting because I'll like, will you ever like talk to people and be like, hey, like, do you have dreams? And they're like, no. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, yeah, I sleep and then I wake up. And I'm like, and you don't have any dreams? They're like, no. And I'm like, okay, but isn't it possible that you're just not remembering your dreams? And they're like, some people are like, maybe. Other people are like, no, I just don't have dreams. And those people that say that, I just don't, I don't know about that. Unless if you're awake through all of being asleep, then you are That's sleep paralysis, pretty essentially. And that's still a psychic ability, in my opinion. So, yeah, I don't know. I think dreams are very interesting. It's time about how we, as happy spirits, are big chilling and pick to go in the box. Yeah. And that's just one idea. Like, who knows? Like, depending on my feelings, I can have more hopes of what life could be, and then there's fears of what life could be. Hi, Chantel. Yeah, let's do a reading. And thank you for liking. Will my current situation get better? I'm 19, literally on survival mode. I believe it. I hope so. I'm optimistic that your situation will get better, Chantel. Daydreams too, yes. Yeah, I'll space out and get like the most, like, I don't know. I think art is very important as an outlet for people in general, but yeah, like psychicness, I think art is very helpful. You're welcome, Sarithi. So we get the Five of Cups. Yes, there is opportunity there for you, Chantel. The Wheel of Fortune, the card of opportunity. That's funny. Not in terms of any messages, but just like it's funny that I was just saying opportunity and then we got that card. Like, coincidence funny? I don't know. Hi, Jasmine. House to house. Kicked me out when I was 18. My dad just toxic now. I'm living with my aunt. Everything got better, but of course, the full interferes. My cousin trying to get you kicked out. This is giving me flashbacks to my high school experience and childhood of people being kicked out and like yeah, you just don't deserve that. Ah, you're welcome, Srithi, and I appreciate it anyways. I'm sorry I don't have super chat, but yeah, I do recommend for people, if you are looking to support YouTubers, people on YouTube who do any sort of paid content, I would look into other donation options, like if you are looking to support YouTubers, because super chats can be good for most channels, but mainly the channels that have like a lot of constant views and revenue and whatnot, because otherwise the amount that YouTube takes from super chat donations, and yeah, mostly from that, it is just too steep. It could have changed. The last time I tried it was about 2-3 years ago, but yeah, given some other things that have been happening between YouTube and me, like, yeah, I feel like it's probably about the same. So that's where I'm at with super chats. Doing good in school and everything, setting my goals high. Now I feel like I'm back at square one, just praying. Canada. Whoa. All right, and then the Ace of Wands. This is also a card of opportunity. You're definitely gonna like get like really lucky with an opportunity. I feel like if work is an option for you, if that's like, yeah, if you are able to do that to sustain yourself type of a thing, I feel like you're gonna, whoa. Yeah, I do feel like you are someone who is pretty much able to do that at this time in life. And yeah, I think keep trying to like build off of that. Yes, getting a better job. Exactly. Literally just keep like growing and building with experience. this is kind of a lesson from my sibling and from a bit of when I dabbled in like social interactions out in the world. Um, People that you meet while working, you could meet some really good connections, interesting connections, mostly to build community, perhaps. So if you're able to build community and you know people who have various skills and interests, then when you start thinking of doing other things, you'll be like, hey, I know someone who's into woodwork, or oh, I know I don't know, something like, yeah, oh, I know a business owner. Then you could talk to those references, and yeah. So I think things are gonna get better for you. I think the fact that you're at these places where there's always some sort of toxic energy of someone who's supposed to be cool, but and like understand that hey, life is tricky. Let's all try and get along. They're just like actively trying to do stuff that like, yeah, I don't know. So yeah, whoa, yeah. So it sounds like you trusted your cousin. Wow. So yeah, that's what I've got for you, Chantel. That I do think like there's opportunity around the corner. And yeah, I think like this is a difficult time of life, but if you look ahead to like you could, cut ties with certain connections that make life miserable and make way for new connections where people all want to be a part of an actual community of people who are kind-hearted and things like that. So that's what I'm kind of getting here, and I'm getting that in a business sort of a way. Like I feel like mostly like this is like about focusing on yourself and trusting that you have the skills to get through this, and you deserve much better. Yeah. And to me this is a creative thing. So if you are into art, oh, I remember, yeah, you said you were getting wanting to get a side hustle. Yeah, you got this, Chantel. I also like to just remind whoever out there that I believe in you. You can do it. So yeah, let's pull one last set of cards. You're welcome. Eight of Cups. This is the card that follows the Five of Cups. Yeah, I feel like there's just a lot to work through here emotionally, just about how the connections that you trusted, or connections that were supposed to be caring and loving, reflecting on how loved like certain connections can hurt you, and overcoming that, growing from that, and getting to a safe space surrounded by really amazing energy that like is as kind as you are and whatnot. Cousin, why is he acting like this towards me after I opened up to them? Whoa. You're good, Stara. I just like reading the chat and hanging out as well. So, Chantel, do you have access to my donation links, or should I type them and provide them in the chat? Um, Oh, cool. I have Cash App as well, so that's awesome. Um, hmm. That's a good question. I've been away for a while, so I need to think about some of this stuff. But I feel like anywhere between like $5 to $10 would be deeply appreciated. But there's no like set amount, but like $5 to $10 would be nice. And yeah, and let me know if Cash App works. Like, yeah, like if it went through, or I can check. But I don't have my phone on me. I actually cannot check. Yeah, I'm sorry, everyone. I wish I was more prepared for everything, but it's okay, day by day. I wanted to go live again, just kind of like reassure everyone, like, yes, I do think I will be able to go live more often here in this new setup. I was starting to psych myself out. Like, over the months of being out in the living room, I was like, maybe it's just me. Maybe I just only want to play video games and I just don't like, I've been like, slacking or whatever from like doing, like, focusing on the channel. But then this room cleared up. We got everything done. I moved the stuff over and I was like, oh, no, no, yeah, no. I just needed an actual, like, private, safe space, uninterrupted space to do my YouTube channel. So I'm like, wait a second. Yeah, no, like there was a lot going on. So I do think I am going to be back. Oh, I'm sorry. Here, yeah, I can let you know my handle. All right, here you go. This is my Cash App link or handle. Hi, Jasmine. Jasmine. Yeah, I will do this reading. It'll be a brief reading, a 3-card reading, just so that I can be fair in terms of time, so I can get to Chantel's donation reading when the donation goes through. What's coming for me in 3 months in love? Single Libra. Single Libra. Okay, we're getting the 7 of Cups. Options, a lot of options, but confusing because there's pros and cons, and like I feel like you're willing to give people a chance, but the cons, when they keep outweighing the pros, pretty much, yeah, I don't know. I hope that makes sense. Like when you meet a lot of people and there's like some aspects that you like, but there's just like a lot of things where it's just not going to work for you and just work out. Thank you, Chantel. And then the 3 of Pentacles. But you are going to give things a try. You're going to like put in effort. And I think you are going to meet respectful people who are also going to put in effort, and that you will learn from it over these 3 months. So I think it's for something. And I think you're meeting people just to get sort of certain things reflected to you about what qualities you really appreciate and which qualities that you need to keep an eye out on, or an eye out for, or like ways of being treated that you need to, or lessons in life or cycles, patterns even, that you want to keep an eye on in the future. So for example, for me, I met a lot of people. Some were really cool. Others were like really not cool, but there were some charismatic traits or qualities of a connection that I could pick up from each person that I was willing to kind of give a chance. And while each one didn't work out, it all kind of like made sense, and I eventually met someone else, and we actually did get in a relationship. And then some of those negatives as well as positives would come up throughout my like actual stable or like more committed relationship, and I would get reminded of those and I'd be able to reference it. So I believe all the people you meet or all the experiences you have can help you when needing to discern between certain things on how to handle situations when it comes to meeting someone that you are more meant to spend more time together with, if that makes sense. So that is what I'm getting in store for you, Jasmine, over the next 3 months. And yeah, you're welcome. Why is Taurus, Jane, my cousin, so harsh on me after I opened up to him about my situations? I'm a Gemini. Okay, I will go get my phone so I can confirm for you if I got it. So, 1 second. Hello. Whoa. What? And these stars? Oh, I'm excited. It's still pretty good. Is it pretty warm out there? Okay. Yay! All right. I'm back. I do see a notification for Cash App. Sorry. All right. Oops. Cheaper. Yeah. Let's see. Where is it? Okay, there we go. Let's see, notification. Yeah, I received it. Oh, further action is required. Okay. The Cash App is needing to update, but yes, I received it. Thank you so much, Chantal. I appreciate it. 3 of Swords hurt. Okay, so I think Jaden has been through a lot as well in their life, and they might just not be the most mature person in the end. Like at the end of the day. Um, that's what I think, but yeah. Mom and dad had a divorce. Been acting different. Balance situations on Gemini. Why? 2 of Cups. Knight of Cups. Yeah, I'm definitely getting that. Like the 2 of Cups is like true love. Knight of Cups. Honest. Like her love, like relatable connections, like able to relate on the hardships of life and have empathy, like wounded. I don't know. Like the Knight of Cups has armor on, you know? They express love openly or feelings openly, but they have armor on. The Fool card. Queen of Pentacles. So why is Taurus Jaden cousin so harsh on you after opening up? And now I get the King of Pentacles. Trying to get me kicked out. 6 of Cups. I mean, are you guys... We were so close. I mean, did anything happen between the two of you? Like, did you do anything that like get into a fight or like start arguing more often or like get upset or hurt by each other when like doing certain things? I'm gonna pull more cards. Since you're older, the Magician. Say slick stuff like yesterday. Got into an argument. The Fool again. Nebula. New and different. Wow. Yeah. Do you feel comfortable sharing the slick comments? Hi, Usnavi. Oh. Eh. Oops. Oh. Hi. Okay. Yeah. This could just be my own trauma, but how I just feel on a personal level is like if people are trying to get me kicked out, I just don't want those kinds of people in my life, personally. No matter how much, like, how strongly connected I am to those people. Whoa, picked at you. Wow. Yeah, sounds like it's just being mean, I guess. I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Like, with this person, like, nothing strong comes through. Just that, like, I feel like they're literally like a kid. So I don't know if it's like they're 8 or what. Or like 13 or whatever. I don't know. For me, their ages like 7 to like 14 all blend together for some reason. But that's what I'm getting. And then like the other cards I pulled was the Magician, once again, the Fool, Nebula, and then Pluto, which all made me feel like, yeah. the I think it's literally because like, oh, thank you. So yeah, I do think like age 16 to me that counts. I think like with how much everyone's been through, especially children, are in a so much worse space, more malleable space mentally and emotionally. So for example, I'm 25 and the smallest thing could happen and my whole personality could just change. Not like, oh, I'm a different person, um, but more like my mood, how I'm feeling, the decisions I'm gonna make, like stuff like that. It just changes. Like the hurt side of me, takes priority. Yeah, I think that is trauma. I think that is like we've been through so much stuff, and that happening since birth. Yeah, children like being younger, like we are not adults, like as people try and say, like, oh, you're old enough, like that shouldn't affect you. Like, no, like that's not how aging works. Like, yeah. So yeah, to me, I think it's because he's literally like a kid, and yeah, people lash out. It's like, yeah, just because we're older doesn't mean that anything that goes wrong is suddenly our responsibility in a connection. Like, doesn't mean we're the ones who need to be held accountable. Like, if the other person is the one doing harmful things and we are not doing or causing harmful things, like, that's, yeah. So, yeah. The adults who've been running this place, Earth, honestly, let's just call them out right now. They are not running it well. They really aren't. If they were, all this stuff wouldn't be how it is. I'm just saying, like, yeah. I know a lot was set up long before them, but it just goes back throughout human history. Ancestry, the history of humans, it hasn't gone so well. And yeah, so it's frustrating. And I think an important thing to break the cycle is to just not try and reason with or try to make sense of older generations failing the future generations. That is what had to have happened for the way things are right now to be. Yeah. So yeah, this is reminding me of a connection I had with someone. I was really letting them into my life. I was like, hey, if you need a place, like you can sleep over here. Like when I get in a better place financially, like we can try and help you out. But before we even got to that point, like I got upset with my partner about something that was very serious and important to me. No one else saw what I saw. And when I was upset about it, this friend or this person that I called friend, like, pretty much turned on me. And like later on in the day, they were like, no, that never happened. And I was like, what? But so and so was here, and then this happened. They're like, no, so and so was all the way over there. And they like had a whole different narrative that I was like, that doesn't make any sense. But I was like freaking out. I was like crying too because I was basically being gaslit. And the gaslighting was them saying that I'm gaslighting them and that none of what I said ever happened. But it's like I genuinely believed this what I remembered and what I saw that it had happened. Anyways, that person at the time was like 16, maybe 17. And when we first met, they were like 14 or something. And they're just one of those kids that like literally look like a grown adult for some reason. Yeah. But anyways, I was like, okay, like I feel really bad and like much better than what's going on. Like I'm gonna try to be a good, as reliable of an adult, like helpful figure as I can be. Like, but yeah, they ended up just like trying to tear me and my partner apart. Cause like after they were like told me that like none of what I said was true and I'm a liar, they were like, "Come on, let's go." And my partner was like, what?" And they just left on their own. And like my partner didn't go with them. And I was really upset. They were like, "No, yeah, we never made a plan to like leave or something." I don't know what that, yeah, like they, because my partner had asked this friend of ours for advice, like, "Oh, son's really upset about something. I don't know what to do." And then I guess he was like, "No, none of that happened," and like rewrote a whole narrative for my partner about what did happen. So that by the end of the day, my partner was like, "I'm leaving," but like not with this person, but just like on his own calling a ride. And then I was like, "What?" And I re explained what happened. Then he explained that our so called friend said that all of these things were lies. So, yeah. Yeah. So much hate. For real. Don't give him attention. Play video games with him or just talk to him. Just become a different person. That he hates you. No. No. I don't feel like this kid is a very hateful person. I feel like he's just like, I don't know, immature diva and feeling very like right in his own world, in his own life, very kind of confident in his own morals or his own narrative of life, which can be a good thing, but not when they have the wrong story and that they're convinced that it's the right story. Hmm. I think Gemini tends to, sorry, Gemini tends to really value family a lot. So it'll depend on how things go. But for myself, I just cut ties with not harmonious connections. Hi, kind Mitisha. Yeah. Hmm. Whoa. Combined rice with tapioca. Feels like a rice pudding. This is so good. Aww. No, Chantel. Your name is literally Chantel. I'm pretty sure. I'm assuming. You sound like a lovely person. And that's why I was confused. At the beginning, we got like Two of Cups, Knight of Cups, Six of Cups. These are all cards of true love. He gets on my nerves. Sometimes I really dislike him. And that's understandable. If there's enough love and growth in a connection, you can certainly overcome certain things with people. while I've cut connections with a lot of my biological family, I've managed to, some of the connections I've managed to grow kind of alongside with me, and oftentimes separately, like I was alone. But now at this point in life, even though we're not all super close, there was enough love and growth there where we're able to still talk to each other, care about each other, and be at least somewhat excited when we see each other. Close we are and feel bad. Yeah. Don't worry. I believe everything will work out somehow. I had a really, really messed up upbringing, and my relationships with all of my biological family was really messed up the whole way. And while it's not as much as I would have liked it to have been by now in my life, it's a lot better than childhood was. And so certain relationships certainly actually can grow and heal. Hmm. Yeah. It will definitely be. You're going to meet friends. You're going to meet people outside of biological family that are really cool people and that will be more on your level of maturity and understanding. And in my opinion, that is a lot of fun. Like, for example, I love my niece and nephew, but it's really hard to relate to them. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen them now, but for example, most of what my niece would want to do, or my nephew would want to do, kind of both, is play like certain video games. And they're like, I love video games, but they're ones that like I don't know anything about, that are more, the target audience is for kids their age, whether it's like ages 4 to like 12, like Roblox. And I know like you can play Roblox and be like 18 or 24 or whatever. Like you can be in your, I don't know, like you can play whatever video games you want. But anyways, there were just like video games where I was like, I don't know how to like get into this. So it was a lot of like, I'm not doing anything that I necessarily want to do. It's more like I'm spending time with my nephew. We're like 20 years apart in age, and I'm gonna watch them. And if they want to go like walk around, do that. If they need me to like lift them and put them on like a tree branch, not a high one, and I'm there to catch them, But like just stuff like that. It's like love, but not like, like we're friends and we can like hang out and do all the same things. Yeah, play Roblox with my cousin. Yeah. So yeah, I don't tell you those. Feel like no, I personally disagree. I think it's fine if you like Roblox. There are people who like Minecraft. To me, both of those games are about the same. They're very vastly like different. Like, Minecraft is like survival world. Roblox is kind of like a plaza where everyone can just be. Very different from Minecraft. But like they're the same genre to me in a sense. So yeah. Hey, Snubby. Hey. Snubby. Grew up on those two. And IMVU. MVU is like a whole nother kind of game. What is that? IMVU. Sounds like I envy you. Social networking site. Virtual world and social networking. Whoa. I don't think I ever played this. Whew. Founded in 2004. Whoa. That's cool. I grew up on Warcraft and a lot of other games. Thanks, Nutty. Avatar, chat with people. This is Usnavi. But yeah, I would focus on like seeing like the connection is what it is, and you can heal and grow through things, and there are times where you didn't do anything wrong. Like when you're just trying to be a really good person, a really good friend, and so forth to a person where you're like, yeah, I want to be a good role model, and like it doesn't work out. I just feel like saying like 9 times out of 10, it's not your fault. I feel like this is that case. Like I feel like it's not your fault. Everyone's just going through a lot, and I hope your cousin can grow and work through things, and that maybe over the years your relationship can mend and um, be a lot better. I feel like when people are going through a lot, like I think you mentioned like your cousin's parents separating, and they're really hurting, they lash out, do things that are not very characteristic of who they are as a person, and things like that. So I hope over this period of time that they will grow. But I think that this sort of phase of life might be around for a while. So if you need to separate, put up more distance, things like that, like in other words, have boundaries and be like, I need you to respect these boundaries, and to kind of keep um, setting life kind of around that. I do think like because like no one should be able to just like ruin your day or like have that much power over your own life or your day of how it's going to go. So that is to me the importance of boundaries. That if people are not treating us how we want to be treated, or they're not understanding that they are able to affect us in certain ways that are negative, we deserve to set up boundaries and have kind of the right health so that our life can be good and more joyful and peaceful, uh, regardless of what's going on in certain relationships. And I think with how much we all have to work through, that could be really difficult to achieve, let alone maintain. So, yeah, I feel like that this is a stable enough connection that you're both pretty stable in who you guys are. So, I think just over time, your cousin you'll both kind of end up in different places in life. So, maybe like in a close like living together situation, it might not be best, or if that is the case, you're going to need like, or they are going to need some undetermined amount of time to work through stuff. But in my opinion, when a living situation just doesn't end up working out, I'm like, yeah, I just want to meet people where it just does. So all right, so thank you for the donation, and I hope that reading was insightful in some way. I'll pull one last card on the connection, the Eight of Cups. I do think for now is a time to basically walk away from the connection. I don't think permanently at all. I just think like in terms of like setting up more space. Yeah, likes his own space, and I feel like if you set up your own space as well, like you can leave opportunity to meet some new connections, spend time in other communities. The IMVU game, like being in a social like virtual reality where you make friends. I've been playing this one game in the random chat system on that game. I've made friends, and they're not like super strong connections, but they're like enjoyable. There's like, yeah, So yeah, that's what I've got for you as what seems to be coming through. And kind Matisha, if you would like a reading as well, let me know. Oh, and I'm going to be doing a reading for Star. Oh, do you mind me asking if you have an Amazon wish list? Maybe for some of us who don't have the other methods to donate for readings. That is so sweet. I need to come up with a wish list, but I don't know what to put on the wish list because a lot of things I want are like big high tech things. Like I want a gaming computer. Like, uh, it's hard for me to come up with stuff. And then like other stuff on the wish list would be essentials, which might be boring like things like light bulbs. Like we need light bulbs in the house. Our light bulbs have run out. So, but it's like I don't want that to be my wish list. So currently I do not have an Amazon wish list, but I am curious about making one. Happy holidays, Chantel. And I hope to be back soon. Gift cards. Okay. Yeah. I can try and like get a link. I don't have like a Amazon Prime. Like I don't really use Amazon very much. But yeah. All right. If anyone else would like a reading, let me know. If you donate, we can do an extended reading. But yeah, I think I am going to head out in like 5 to 10 minutes. So this is like a last call for anyone who wants a reading. Nothing specific. Yeah, these are good ideas. I've thought of like Amazon wish lists and things like that before. I did not think of the gift card idea though, so I'll try looking into that. What does Jacob think of me? I'll pull 3 cards. Well, 2 cards came out. Okay. And the King of Swords. So we got the Emperor, the King of Wands, the King of Swords. I think they like you. I think that there's a strong connection there. If this is like a love thing. Justice card. 9 of Cups card. Yeah, I think they think highly of you, have strong feelings about you, think that you are a really good person. But they might be hiding from you. Like they might be insecure about stuff for some reason. So that's just what I get for pulling cards real quickly. So I hope that resonates. Like, I think they're sad about the way things might have ended if that has happened. Or the fear of that. I don't know. There's like a song popping up in my head. And when I looked into like the lyrics, It's like a song where like they apparently want to forget because missing someone. I actually don't know what that song is about. I need to look more into that song before I try and pull messages from it. So yeah, I hope that resonated then. Yeah. Like I think they're a direct person. I think they've got bittersweet um emotions. Like they're kind of heart. Like what is the word? A romantic? There's another way of saying that someone's a romantic. Wears their heart on their sleeve. I don't know. So yeah, I think they're open. I think they were like very open and flirty. Flirty might be a good word. But getting too close possibly might have been a little felt too scary or nervous for the person. And then they might have not made the best decisions and they like kind of withdrew their energy and like kind of tucked away. So that's what I'm getting. And yeah, I hope that resonates. Yeah. Let's close out the reading with that. Has the air sign thought of you recently? I'm just going to take this as a yes or no. I'm going to try not to go too deep. But yeah. Yes or no? Has the air sign thought of Stara recently? Sternly? I don't know. They've thought of you sternly recently. Like, they're very serious about it. Yeah. I feel like they're stressed. They're like, maybe they're not proud about the way they handled things, but they don't really know of a way to make things better. And then the Emperor card. But they want to. So yeah, I'd say the air sign has thought of you recently. You're welcome. How are you? Hi, I'm good. Will the Aquarius offer me a commitment? Well, I'm just gonna say like as a yes or no. To me, this is like it could go either way, but I'm leaning towards saying no, but I obviously don't know. But that's what I just get right away from this card. But I'll pull one last card, and just keep in mind, tarot is not like an all-knowing thing. This is kind of entertainment purposes only, but sometimes the things that happen are accurate. Other times the energy resonates, but something different happens. Page of Wands. Commitment. And the World card. Temperance card. I think this might be a time to just sort of meet new people and heal. And maybe time will tell. And maybe you'll end up at a point in both of your lives where that could happen. But as of this moment, it feels like either you, the other person, or both need time separate and to heal and to figure things out. So I hope that resonates. But there does seem to be some sort of history here between the two of you. Well, I just tried to. That's what I got. I don't know. And I like put the cards away, but the Page of Wands is like a see what's out there, I guess. To me, the cards are interpreted, so they're not just like always the same meaning. But the Eight of Cups is like walking away. The Temperance card is healing. I don't remember what other cards there was, but I'm seeing the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is about self-love, about needing to fill up your cup, and the Temperance card is the same. Needing to heal in moderation and taking time. All right. You're welcome. And thank you all for hanging out and joining me on this live. I hope to go live more often, and hopefully in another point, I'd like to go live for a lot longer. So stay tuned, everybody. I'm gonna probably watch some of this live stream later to see how the mic audio is. And yeah, I'm gonna keep on making it happen over here. So yeah. Good night, Stara and everyone. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. And yeah, don't forget to like this video if you appreciate my content. Good night, Pinky Lee. And yeah, if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe if you would like to support the channel. Yeah, thank you for the like. All right. Good night, everyone. All right, take care.